you are well. My name is Anna James and I'm a freelance dance artist based in Calderdale. So I deliver dance to lots of different people in lots of different places. I work within Calderdale with schools and community centres, and I also work around the northwest in Manchester, Burnley, Preston, so kind of the northwest and West Yorkshire region. In all of the work that I do, I always allow for whoever is joining in to have some sort of creative ownership. So they create something themselves, because that gets you more involved, it'll get your brain working in a different way, and it also lets you try and figure out what sort of things you're interested in as a leader yourself. So I think it's very important for everyone to join in to create their own thing, whatever that is, depending on the class. So today I'm going to give you some examples on how you can create something. There are lots of different ways of creating a dance piece, and today we're going to go through that together. So, if you would like to, take this moment to maybe get a piece of paper and a pen, because we're going to write some things down. Writing things down helps me when I'm trying to think of ideas and thinking of exploring those, because then I can make lots of rough notes and I might think of one thing and then something might come off there and off there and off there. So take this moment now to get a piece of paper and a pen, or if you like writing on a phone or something, whatever you are allowed to use and have access to. If you've got a great brain, that's okay, keep it in your brain, but sometimes I really like seeing what I have written down, what I wrote down, so I can see where my brain is going and how my body can move to that. So if you want to pause this video, you can then pause it and then come back when you have your piece of paper or whatever it is that you are using. We need to start by knowing what our dance is about or what we are interested in. So this could be many things. Like I said in the Discover video, it could be a memory, it could be a story, it could be random, it could just be a movement that you like, it can be experiences, it can be absolutely anything. So today we're going to choose a theme. So your theme can be anything. For example, in our Discover video we did the animals. So if you want to use animals, then you can do that, and we're going to go about it in a different way, don't worry. But you can have animals, you could have Halifax, you could have a memory, it could be about your friends, it could be about your family, it could be about food, it could be, what else could it be? It can be something that I haven't mentioned. It could be about colours, it could be my favourite colour is blue. Whatever your theme is, write that down, and for mine, I'm going to write down an example, and I'm going to do this with you. I haven't planned this. This is my piece of paper, so we'll go through it together. So my theme is going to be colours. Don't choose colours just because I'm choosing colours. Choose your own thing. There's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. Every answer is absolutely great, and we're going to explore that. So we've got our theme. Pause it if you need to at any time, if you need more time to think or to explore your idea. So our theme is colours. For me, might not be for you. And I want you to just write a few notes about that. So for me, I'm going to write down colours that I straight away think about. So I'm thinking of orange and green, grey, red, just because they are pop into my head right now, maybe because some of those are my favourite colours. If you are thinking of Halifax, it might be of buildings in Halifax that you see. It might be about the Peace Hall. If you're thinking about your friends, it might be of certain friends, so you might write down Anna. You might write down a memory that you have, so it might be I really enjoyed playing at the park. It might be about trees, it might be about nature. It could be about anything. So just write a few little notes off your theme. So you've got your theme, mine's colours, and then I've just put some colours underneath. Fabulous. And now take one of those comments that you have got. So it might be the Peace Hall, it might be that you're playing in the park. I'm going to take orange. I want you to write a little bit more about what do you think about that thing. So for orange, I see bright. I think orange is bright. I think it is happy. I think it is warm. So just write as much as you want. I'm writing those 3 words. So I've put that orange is bright, happy and warm. You might write that the Peace Hall has water, steps, balconies. You might write that trees are green, have leaves, wood, bark, soil. You might have birds in there. You might have thought of your favourite animal, so you might put that a monkey is cheeky and scurries and swings. You might write about a holiday and say that that holiday made you happy and laugh and it was fun. So write some words. So you'll have your theme, and then you had some bullet points after that, and then you take one of those, mine is orange, and then I've got some words underneath. So those words that we've just got underneath, we're now going to try and create some movement for it. So my word was orange, and I have bright, happy and warm. So I'm going to create a movement that I think is bright, happy and warm. It makes me want to reach nice and wide. This to me feels like orange, bright, happy and warm. If you're doing the peace hole and you're thinking about the water, you can think about going up and then going down. You might think about the steps, and you could maybe make steps with your elbows. So you can draw what you see. If you're doing trees, you could always draw a tree. You can do it with a different body part. Yeah, so choose your first movement now. Pause this video and have a play on what your movement can be for one of your words. Great, let's all perform our movement together from our first word. If you have more than one movement, that's okay as well. Are we ready? 5, 6, 7, go. Fabulous, well done. So I made mine gradually go out. How do you make your movement move? What are the qualities? In our Discover video, we talk about the dynamics and the qualities of movement. If you're doing the steps, are they sharp or are they soft? Is your water really gushy and it's got lots of power? So choose your dynamic and the quality of your movement. So mine is going to slowly reveal, and it's got power, but it's a bit delicate, it's a bit soft. So I open up. I want you to now go through the same process with your piece of paper to create the next movement. So you might want to do another word for orange or for your first word, or you might go on to the next word. So I might go on to green. So I want you to now pause this video, go through the same process, so you might want to rewind if you want to remind yourself, but you look at that word and you think, what does that make me feel? What do I think that looks like? So if you were doing the Halifax one and then you were thinking of the Victoria Theatre, you might think of performances, of actors, of singers. You might think of big. So I want you to really think about that, pause this video and make some comments. And then, when you've made your comments, I would like you to create a movement. Pause the video now. Great, so I thought of the word green, and with green I thought of grass. And I also felt like for some reason green was making me feel cold. I felt like that was maybe cold today, not sure why. So with that, I was then thinking about what movements could I do for grass and for cold. And I explored a bit, so I was thinking that my grass would fill the space. I was thinking that I could be cold. And then I came to the conclusion of drawing my grass. And it was going to be really long, like this. And I added in a travel. So I made my movement travel. So I did a step ball change or a gallop and made it big. I reached my arms up and then I brought the grass down. So we want to add our two words, our two movements together. You might have more than one movement per word, that's absolutely fine. I have two movements in total, one from each word, so I'll show you how I'm connecting them. So everybody perform your first movement, or your first group of movements. Wonderful. And then we're going to go into the second word. Now mine kind of flows straight into it, but I think I need to add something in there, add a movement in to make it flow a bit better. So I open up and I've decided to do this slowly and I'm going to do it for 4 counts. If you want to put counts to it, you can. Also later on we're going to be talking about music. So I'm opening out 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to do my grass travelling, I feel like I need to be on a diagonal. So I'm going to scoop my leg in. Oh, my hands for some reason came here. Maybe I'll add that in. So I need to bring this leg in. Maybe I'll take 2 steps back to give me a long way to travel. Scoop my arms in and then go step up, up. Yeah? So figure out now how you can join your 2 movements together. Pause this video if you like to spend more time on it and figure out how you can do this. You can add in any movement. So if you're changing levels, you can add a jump down to the floor, you can reach, you can twist. How can you connect your movements? For the next word, so we've got my orange and my green. I'm going to go on to grey. This might be something different on yours. If you've run out of words, that's okay. You can use one you've already done because we're going to do something a little bit different for this one. So on grey, what do I think of for grey? Well, grey is one of my favourite colours. So I'm writing favourite. Grey. What does grey remind me of? Well, I can see a few grey things here. So I can see a lamp. I can see a chair that's grey. So that's what my words are going to be. What are your words? What could you have had? If you were thinking about nature, it could be an animal. And then if you think of an animal, it might be a bird. And then what colour is the bird? Or what does the bird sound like? And we're going to create something from that. So choose one of your words. Mine is going to be chair. And you have 2 options for this. It depends what you have to how easy or difficult this may be. First option is that you are going to pretend that that thing is here. So mine's a chair, so I can pretend that it is here and I can sit on it. I can lift it and move it and I can sit on it. So that could be my movement. So I want you to now pretend that your thing is in this room. It might be difficult if your thing is a colour. What does that colour look like to you? Is it paint? What could it be? So everyone just have a moment where you pretend that the thing, it might be an object, it might not be, is in the room. And that could be a movement. The second option that we have to create movement when using an object or pretending there is an object is to draw the outline of the object. So my chair goes here, then it has a seat and it has 4 legs. So I've just drawn that out with my hands, so that can be a dance. But to make it more interesting, we try to use different body parts. And this gives us the chance to create movement that maybe you've never used before, you've never created, you might never have seen it. So, to do my chair, I'm going to do the 2 long bits first. I might do that with my head. You can do that in different ways. You could do it with your leg. You could do it with your elbow, then your head, and then your legs. You can find lots of different ways. So I just want you to play around now with trying to draw the outline of the shape that you have, of the object, the thing, the word. If it's a colour, imagine there's a splat of paint on the floor and you're drawing around it, or maybe you're covered in the paint. So have a try now. If you want to pause, you can. I'm going to have a little experiment of how I can use the chair. And you don't have to go with the first option. You can always mix it up. You can think, actually, I like the beginning of that, but maybe not the next bit, so you can keep changing it. Think about using different levels. How am I going to do the legs here? Oh, that's what I could do. Keep practicing. I've got mine, I've got mine. Have you got yours? Pause this if you need to carry on. So we have created some movements out of 3 words. So I'll show you mine. So this was my orange. Big, bold, bright. Then I had my grass. And then I had my chair. That was my chair. You can add your movements in to create more fluidity within your dance. So I took 2 steps to there. So use this time now, press pause, and use this time to connect those words together, those movements. We're going to try it out with no music for now, so you don't need music to dance. We are dancing on our own, but when we are thinking about music later, so if you are filming yourself and sharing it for your arts award evaluation or progress, or if you're wanting to show family, friends, then you can choose your own music. And I would like you to try and explore different types of music. So this could be something with no words. It might be something you've never heard of. You could ask a friend to choose a song and then you just have to do your piece to it. Or you could really think about, my piece is really soft, so I want some soft music. So you get to decide what your music is for this one. But before we do that, we're going to do it in silence. Are we ready? Everyone in your starting position? You can create one, or it can just be where your movement begins. Are we ready? 5, 6, 7, go! Go in your own time. Go into your next one whenever you are ready. Fabulous. Well done, everybody. Fabulous. So that is a way that we can create a dance. We can think about what something means to us, what do we think it looks like, and try and be like that. We can draw it. We can think, oh, I just think it looks like this, and create our own movement. So you've worked super hard there. You can add more in. You can create your piece longer. You can add in different dynamics, how soft, how sharp, how fast do you do it. You can add in some repetition. Now this could be that you really like doing a head roll, so you do that a few times in your dance. There's lots of different ways that you can add to your dance, and you can explore that on your own if you like. So you can add more movements, add more words. Remember, you got to think about your music as well. I'm just going to share with you a few other ways that you can create movement. Another way that you can create movement, can create a dance, is at random, by chance. So you can write down numbers 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can write an action, a movement next to those. So you could write jump, twist, melt, roll. What else could we do? Reach, spin, turn, collapse, fold, and extend. You can choose any word you like. And then you can peel off those pieces of paper, fold them up, and put them into a pile. You can put them into a bowl, and then move them around, pick them up at random, and you see that it's a jump. And a jump is going to be my first action. So I do a jump, and then go on to pick another piece of paper out, and I then have collapse. So then I add a jump and a collapse. So then I create a dance, and you keep on going until all of those 10 words have been pulled out, and then you have a dance sequence. If you'd like to try that way of creating a dance as well, go for it. That's a great way to generate movement and to just have random movement. It doesn't need to mean anything. If you then want it to mean something, if you want a message to be presented or the audience to see something, you can think of how the quality of the movement shows that it means that. For example, my jump might represent hope. So I might think about reaching in my jump, thinking of hope. My jump might show that I need to escape from something. So my jump is bigger and it's like I'm getting out. So the way you do your action can change the way that the audience sees your dance. So that's a great way just to create movement and then go, right, now what is my theme? So you don't always have to have your theme first, you can have it second. So that's another really great tool to create movement. So I've given you 2 ways there where you can create movement in 2 different creative tasks, but within those there's lots and lots of different ways to create movement. You can also just sit there, stand there, lie there and go, how do I feel like moving? I feel like rolling my arm, I feel like my head's going, my shoulder, my hip. So you can just go from how you are feeling and just move as you are. I would like you to create something, so you've created something earlier. If you want to use the numbers, you can as well to create something else. You can have 2, then great. Send a video into the Creative Learning Guild so you can document it for your Arts Award, and it would be wonderful to see as well, to share. If you want to share with your friends and family and that's allowed, you are allowed to do that, then great. If you want to follow me on social media, that is also wonderful. And like I said, you can send a message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube to AJ Dance Company, and I'll get back to you whether that is regarding Arts Award or opportunities that you can get involved in, or if you're wanting to know more about what my job entails, things like that. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've loved figuring out these different ways of moving and exploring those for you. I've got a bit of a sequence now that I can do, which is great. So well done everybody, you've worked super hard. Make sure you document it. Have a lovely time and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.